Man United 0, Liverpool 3. Yeah, tough fucking day at the office. Awful day at the office. Not a great way to start your time here in Manchester for your boy, but fucking hell. Anyway, player ratings. Let's get to it straight up. I'm probably just going to deal with them in sections, but primarily certain individuals will get their numbers called the most. I think the back five, including Casemiro, all get threes. They were terrible. Actually, Casemiro gets a 0. If I can, he gets a 0 because he was pretty much doing the shit that he was doing last season when he was absolutely horrendous, and it seems like that hasn't changed. We saw one game where he was decent-ish against Fulham, and we thought, okay, maybe all he needed was a little bit of rest, but he's right back to his old fucking tricks. He just can't hack it anymore. A man like Gary Neville was talking about back in the day when he was thinking about calling it quits, or when he knew when to call it quits, and I think Casemiro is at that point and he needs to call it a day. That back five, horrendous. Bad tackling, bad passing, not stopping Liverpool in transition. It was just horrendous to watch. Then you have Bruno. I give Bruno a 3 or 4, but maybe 4 because he always tries. Quality wasn't there either. I'd give Garnacho and Rashford 1s. They were just non-existent. Rashford, they both get 1s for their various like non-existent performances. Zirkzee gets a 1. Zirkzee also gets a 1 because he missed chances and didn't really do well in passing the ball. The whole team on a whole wasn't able to pass the ball properly, so I think that's something that they need to sort out. Is there anybody I'm missing? Collier gets a 4 because he seemed to be the only one capable of putting together a pass here and there. He had a couple of created a couple of chances, I think. And then Onana for me gets a 1. Listen, I feel for you because sometimes the team sets you up in the way that when we lose the ball, we're in such a bad space that there's not much he can do. So we cannot hang him out to dry. But in the meantime, you are a keeper. You're supposed to keep the ball out of the net, or at least give your damnedest trying. How the ball is going close to you, many a times I've said De Gea saves that. I understand we didn't hire you to be another De Gea, but there's some things you need to do, which is stop the ball, and you're not doing that. You're flapping at goal attempts that are straight down the middle of the goal or close to, and they're still going in. Makes no sense. I don't like it. I think that under the current state of the team, he is not right for us, but he is not the biggest problem that we have. We need to continue to build a team so that his strengths contribute to the team, and we cover for his weaknesses. 1 for him as well. Manager gets a 2. What the fuck was he doing 68 or something minute to make a change? Ridiculous. I think overall the whole team was below par. Overall I'd give the team 2 or 3. It was just shit. 3-0 to your biggest rivals. No fight, no, again, constantly against our rivals, outfought, outgunned, outmanned, out-finessed, outscored, out everything, outmanned, out-professional, I think is the term I want to use. And that is horrendous, and that is annoying to see happen every single time. But anyway, final thoughts on the state of the team, final thoughts on the state of where we're at right now. Like I said in my previous, I think this moves around a bit. I still maintain that we have a lot to do in terms of turning this around, and there's some time that needs to be had. We will hit a gear at some point where we can put some wins together, but not enough to challenge for top 4. I still maintain it's going to be a top 6. Well, not even a top 6, between 5th and 7th finish this season with another domestic cup. I would consider that an okay season, because we still have to not only bring players in, gut out the deadwood more, balance the books some more. We also need to fucking embed everyone into the team and get the team accustomed to playing a type of football, and get them up to speed and knowing what they're supposed to do. We've just gutted half the team, and we have new players, and we can't expect them to just hit the ground running like this. We've seen it many a times when these new teams come up from one league, from a lower league, and they purchase a whole bunch of players. They get sent straight back down because the team doesn't have the time to be embedded and fucking get anything going. Before you know it, they blink and they fight in relegation for the rest of the fucking season. And the majority of times they don't make it. They get sent right the fuck back down. So what do you think happens in this case when someone like Ragnick was saying this team needs, or this club needs, open heart surgery? I don't think he said this team needs open heart surgery and then we challenge the very next year. You know what I mean? So we can't be that knee-jerk reacting. We can't be that defeatist. Although that is the mentality in this club right now, a very defeatist mentality. But we need to rally around the guys. We need to pull together. We need to expect more from them. But we also need to be realistic, which is I don't know if it's an oxymoron or a contradiction, whatever you want to fucking call it. I just don't like losing to our biggest rivals. I also don't like losing when I actually finally in fucking Manchester in 8 years, for the first time in 8 years. And I come to this nonsense. Anyway, on a brighter note, I was able to stick around and I met some legends in the YouTube game, people who really inspired me to start this channel. Flex and KG. KG being an amazing individual. Flex just being such a chill guy and present and down to earth. KG being just a real good, buoyant and good figure to just chat to and whatnot. Recognize the accent one time. So yeah, big up KG, big up the United stand, big up Flex. Listen, I am but a tiny fish in the sea, and you guys have to face way more chat online and in person from your friends and people in your peers than I do after this loss. So commiserations, but you guys made today a little bit more easier to swallow and bear because of your positivity, because of your jokes, because of the interviews that you guys did afterwards that I was able to just sit in on and observe. So you know what, credit to you guys, thanks a lot, blessings. And yeah, I just found a random Manu thing, and it is my mental, my support, my emotional support hanger right now after getting pretty much beat like a child. After Manu got beat like a child, how I used to get beat like a child when I was a kid. But you know what, that's Trinidad, that was the Caribbean, don't judge. I turned out fine. Alright guys, bad day at the office. Shitstorm of a player rating, of a player rating situation, of a video. But you know what, we go again. We have 2 weeks to lick our wounds, to figure this out. I want this manager to at least steady this ship before he leaves. I still don't know if he's the guy to take us to the promised land, but I still think that what he wants to do and what he's doing with the club is going to steady the ship and get us prepared for dominance. But we need patience and just be reasonable and just live in this reality. We're not under Fergie, and it's not the 1990s or the early 2000s again, right? Let's get our shit together. This is Kayo for Advance TV. Peace out.